Ugh, finally done with work. Man, I thought today was never going to end. But I'm finally free, and I'm about to start heading home. So, what were you thinking of doing for dinner?
Well, congrats for making it through yet another day. I'm sure you must be tired. I was thinking of doing a little stir-fry. You like when I cook that, don't you?
Of course I do. You make some of the best stir-fry that I've ever had. Now I'm even more excited to get home and eat your delicious cooking. By the way, is Rhea asleep? I would love it if I could see her a bit before we all go to bed.
No, I'm sorry, Josh. She's already gone to bed. You know that she's only a toddler after all. She crashed maybe 30 minutes ago. I just don't think she's old enough to really be staying up until you get home.
Right, well, I figured the worst I could do was ask to see if she was up. Besides, I was talking to Frank and he told me about how his kid is always up at this time. So I just thought there might be a chance that Rhea was still awake.
Is Frank one of your coworkers? I think you've told me about him. Isn't his son already in elementary school? I guess that would put him a few years older than Rhea, so that makes sense.
Man, is there really that big of a difference between a toddler and a kid who has already started elementary school? And just how did you know that their kid was already in elementary school? Did I tell you about that before as well?
No, it's not like that, but Frank's wife and I talk now and then since we both met at the same company event that you invited me to. We don't talk all that often, but we'll get coffee together now and then, but I can't really say that we're close or anything like that. Really, we've just met up a couple of times to talk, and that's it.
I see. Wow, well, I guess I had no idea that was going on at all. But the way Frank talks about her, it sounds like his wife can be a bit much to handle. Do you think that's true? What's she like? Do you two get along all right?
She can be a bit scary? Maybe intense is just the better word for it. But why do you ask? Do you have any opinion on her?
No, nothing like that. It's what I heard from Frank is all. He's always complaining about how she's always trying to make him do more around the house and help out with chores. I'm just glad that we've split up our duties around the house really clearly so that we never run into that issue.
I don't really know Frank or his wife Vicky all that well, so I guess I can't speak to them. But there are plenty of times when I do wish that you would do something to help me out with the housework. In fact, I don't really think it's all that bad to ask for help or expect your partner to do something like that, right?
Wait, what? You mean there's been times when you've wanted me to help doing stuff around the house?
I mean, sure. Isn't that only natural? I don't think that's weird at all. Especially since we had Rhea, I've just felt like there have been times when I've been stretched kind of thin. And that's not even starting to get into taking care of your mom and all of that business, but I guess you should know that there are times when I could really use your help.
But I don't get it. I thought we already established the rules of the house, right? I feel like if I helped you, then we would just be blurring those lines and then who knows what would happen. I thought we agreed that you do all the chores around the house and I go to work and earn a living, right? Besides, isn't that just the best way for a husband and wife to split up their time? We're just splitting the labor. What's wrong with that?
I know that we're splitting the labor, but that's not really what I'm talking about at all here. I mean, what about your mom, for instance? You can't really include her with all the chores and taking care of the house, right? But you decided that I'm going to be the one who has to take care of her, and you've never offered me any help.
So then you're telling me that you have some problem with taking care of mom then? I thought that you wanted to do it too. You said that you thought if you did it, that the two of you might be able to get along better, right? So I don't get what's the deal you have with her now.
Josh, stop. This is not about me having some kind of a problem with your mom. I am not trying to complain about anything particular with your mom.
Then what are you trying to tell me, huh? Because I just can't understand the point that you're trying to make with me.
I just wonder if you don't think it might be best if we put your mom in a retirement home or something. I mean, even you've said that more than once, right? But then you also scrapped the idea because you said it would cost way too much money for us. So I think if you really don't want to go through with that, then maybe you could do just a little bit to help me out with her from time to time?
Okay, I see. I think I get what you're trying to tell me. Basically, you're saying that you have no real problems with how things have been handled up until now, and that if anything changes for the worse from now on, then we can find a new plan, right? Oh, also, they started stocking those cookies that you really like at the gas station. Would you want me to buy some before I come home?
Josh, I know that you're just trying to change the subject on me right now. Please, I know that it might not be what you want to hear, but I really need you to listen to me about this right now.
And I did, and I gave you my answer, and I think that's basically all there is to it now, right? We'll just keep doing things the way that we have been doing because, like you said, you don't have any serious complaints. After all, nothing is more important than keeping our family together, right? We can't just put Mom into a retirement home because it might make things easier on you.
I know, but I'm not complaining about your mom. I'm just trying to tell you that it would be really nice if I had just a little bit more help from time to time.
And I hear you and I'm listening. But anyways, I'm really looking forward to eating your stir-fry for dinner.
Right. Sure thing, Josh. Just be careful getting home, okay?
Hey there, Opal. I'm really sorry to ask this, but do you know how you told me that you had some plans to go out with friends this weekend? Well, I really need you to cancel those plans for me.
You want me to cancel the plans that I've made for this week? Why would I do that? Did something happen?
Well, yes, actually. I've been invited out to this shareholders meeting by Frank. It's going to be at a golf club, and I think I would be really stupid not to go.
Oh, I see. But Rhea was looking forward so much to finally getting to go out together as a family. Are you really sure that you have to go do this thing? You can't spend any time with us at all?
No, I'm afraid not. It starts pretty early and doesn't end until the evening, so I'll basically be there all day. Besides, there are going to be some really important clients there, so it would just make my company and me look really bad if I didn't go. So tell Rhea that I said I'm sorry, but that I had some really important business come up.
You know, Josh, it seems to me like you're having more and more work affairs come up over the weekend. I really didn't want to have this conversation right now, but I'm kind of shocked that you're choosing this golf thing over spending time with your own daughter.
Whoa. Where's this coming from all of a sudden? You know that I'm only doing this because I have to do it for work, right?
Really? Your job is riding on you playing or not playing golf at some resort this weekend?
Opal, you don't have a job, so I'm going to try and keep this pretty simple for you so that you can understand. But golf is much more than just a game in the corporate world, you know? It's a way of life, it's a way to socialize, and it's a way to establish foundations for future business. So I don't really appreciate you talking to me as if I'm just blowing my family off for nothing. This is work, I assure. I'm not going to this thing to have fun. And in fact, I'm a little upset that you would even imply that I'd do something like that.
Well, I'm sorry, Josh. I really wasn't trying to blame you for anything at all. I'm just trying to point out that Rhea has really been wanting to spend time with you. I mean, you said yourself the other day that you wish the two of you could spend more time together, right?
I know, and it really hurts me that I haven't found the chance to be able to do that with her yet. But I don't think any of us want me to end up without a job and not be able to pay for the house, right? So at the end of the day, I have to do what I have to do in order to make money so that I can support all of us.
I understand all that, Josh, but I just feel like your work has been keeping you really, really busy, and it's causing you to spend less and less time with us.
I get that, but that's where you come in, right? You're home all day so that you can be with our daughter even when I can't. That's why you're at home, to take care of all the things that need taken care of there. So I'm sorry, but you'll just have to tough this one out and deal with it. Because if you don't, then not only will you not follow through with your duties, but I'll end up looking like a fool in my office.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess I really don't have any choice in the matter at all, do I? I suppose that this just means Rhea and I will have to find something fun to do that's just us this weekend.
Hold up there. What do you mean, you and Rhea? Just what are you going to do about my mom? You weren't seriously thinking of just leaving her at home while you and Rhea go out and have fun, right?
Why are you asking that question now? Originally, it was just going to be the three of us who were doing something. We were going to call a nursing service to come over and help out with your mom while we were all out, remember?
Well, telling you that you can't go and call someone now, got it?
So you don't want me to call someone to help with watching your mom for the weekend? Do you mind if I ask why?
Because it isn't fair. Why do you two get to go out and have fun while I'm having to do this for work? If I'm working, then you should have to work too. That way we won't have to waste any money on a nurse, right?
So you're just making this decision for me then, I guess? And just what do you think I should tell Rhea then?
You two can just go to my mom's house together and have fun with the three of you there, right? That still counts as going out, doesn't it?
I get that that is still going out, but we do that every single weekend nowadays. If you have something that you need to do, then that's on you, but I don't see why it should stop Rhea and I from doing anything.
So you're basically saying that you have no idea making me do all of the work while you go out and have fun? Does that really sound fair to you? Because that just sounds ridiculous to me. And if you think that I'm just going to sit here and take it while you run around doing whatever you want, then you're dead wrong.
But that's not what I'm even saying at all, Josh.
Then what are you saying? Because the way I see it, you want to get out of taking care of Mom while I have to go to this serious work event. Surely you can see why I'd be upset over you telling me something like this, right? Don't you have any sense of responsibility?
Okay, fine. I get it. But you have to find some time where you take Rhea out to do something soon, okay? Now I have to go and talk to her about what's going on and why we are going to Grandma's over the weekend.
Yeah, sure. I'll look at my schedule and see if there's any time that I'd be able to squeeze her in at all. Anyway, I guess I'll get back to work now. I hope that you're busy keeping the house running too.
Hey there, Josh. I'm really, really sorry to ask this of you right now, but do you think you can come home right away?
Wait, what? Do you want me to come home for what?
It's Rhea. I think she's really, really sick. I just took her temperature and it's well over 100 degrees.
Oh, really? Oh, well, why don't you just go and take her to the hospital or something?
I would, but I'm at your mother's house right now and I don't want to leave her alone either. So I'm kind of trapped here, but I really need some help.
Oh, I see what's going on here. You're ordering me to my mom's house so that I'll have to take care of her, aren't you?
Josh, I want you to come over to your mom's place so that I can take our sick daughter to see a doctor. What are you talking about? I can't do this by myself, and I'm just asking for your help.
Well, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. You figure it out on your own.
Did you even read the messages that I was sending you? I am telling you that I literally can't do this by myself.
That sounds like a bit of a you problem. I don't see why I should have to leave when I'm at work right now. You're the wife, it's your job to take care of that kind of stuff. Now figure it out.
Figure it out? Is that really all you have to say to me? Don't you realize that our daughter is suffering with who knows what? Why can't you just come here and help me?
I already told you that I'm busy at work and don't have time for any of this. We've already agreed that it's your job to take care of the house stuff, so take care of it. And quit bugging me while I'm at work.
I can't believe that you're still talking about splitting up our work at a time like this. Does your system really mean that much to you? Why aren't you able to put your own daughter before anything else? This is really, really important, and I can't believe that you're acting like this.
Man, you really are obnoxious. Do you know that? I mean, it sounds like Rhea just has some kind of cold or something. You can probably just feed her some fever tablets from my mom's house and she'll be fine.
Josh, this is our infant daughter that we're talking about. I am not going to take chances and feed her pills until she feels better.
You worry way too much, you know that? Our daughter is sick? Then be a good mom and take care of her. I mean, you're already with my mom to take care of her too, so you're basically all ready to handle it.
I literally don't even know what to say to you right now. This is crazy talk.
Look, I'm really busy at work, okay?
So you're just not going to come home at all then? I guess that means I'll have to take things into my own hands.
You better not do anything stupid. Hey, I thought I told you not to leave my mom alone.
What are you talking about now?
I mean, that I heard from my mom that you left her to get Rhea to the doctors. You really put her before my mom?
That's right. And what are you going to do about it?
Oh, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do about it when you get back home.
I guess it's a good thing that I'm never going back to our house ever again.
What on earth are you talking about? Is this your way of trying to get back at me or something?
I already know the truth about what you were doing. I heard it all from Frank's wife.
What are you talking about now?
She happened to text me, and I told her about how you were with her husband playing golf for work. She told me that Frank told her that this was all just for fun and that it had nothing to do with work. Am I wrong about that?
Well, it still counts as work if you're bonding with your coworkers. It's good for office morale.
And that's why you couldn't come home when I needed help with Rhea?
What does Rhea have to do with any of this, huh?
You told me I couldn't have any weekend plans because you were going to be at work. This is all your fault.
Well, fine then. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to divorce you, that's what.
Wait, what? You can't be serious. You wouldn't actually do something like that, would you? I mean, think of all that I do for you.
What do you do for me? What do you do for your daughter, or even your mom, huh? You leave us all alone while you insist that you have to go golfing. Then when something did happen and I asked for your help, you refused to do anything. I finally had to leave and take Rhea to the doctor, and when you reach out to me and ask what I was doing, you make threats about what you'll do when I get back home. I am sick and tired of being walked on like this. You and I are through. After that, I made some arrangements for a nurse to go over to Josh's mom's house, on Josh's bill, of course, and finalize the divorce papers with the jerk. I made sure the court knew very well why I was the only one suited to have custody over our daughter. Josh was made to pay us child support. Then Josh's mom, realizing what a jerk her son was, told him that she was cutting him out of her life. It might have had something to do with me telling her about how he said it would be a waste of money to hire a live-in nurse or put her in a home. In the end, she did find a lovely retirement home where she went to live.
Hey, Nari. Are you there? Do you have your phone on you right now? I was just curious how you felt about creme brulee. Are you a fan?
Wait, what? You want to know if I like creme brulee? Where is this question coming from? This is kind of random, isn't it? And aren't you still working? I thought that you weren't going to be off until really late tonight. Unless you're already done?
I am done, actually. I just finished my work and I'm about to head home for the night. But I was thinking of stopping by that nice little dessert shop that I know you like, and, well, I was just wondering if you were still interested in that creme brulee that you pointed out but didn't order the last time that we were there together.
Oh, Tom, you sweet, thoughtful, amazing man. That is so sweet of you.
Well, I am getting you dessert, so I certainly hope that it would be sweet. Besides, it's not like we actually go out to eat all that often. So I thought maybe as a special occasion, I could do this for you.
Well, you're right about that. You know that I would really like if we could go out more, but given our schedules, it can make it quite difficult to swing. But anyways, is this really a just because creme brulee? Or is there some kind of special occasion that we should be celebrating?
Well, I guess there might be something else going on here.
I knew it. I knew that this was part of something bigger. So, are you going to let me in on whatever it is that you've got going on then?
It really isn't anything too huge. I promise you that. It's nothing really, in fact.
No, come on. You can't just say that you actually do have something to celebrate, and then just not tell me.
Well, okay. The truth is that I'm just really excited that we're finally going to have enough saved up to make all those renovations to the house. I mean, we're basically almost there, right? That's just been on my mind all day, and I thought this could be a fun way to celebrate early.
Wait a second. Where did you get that information from? Did I tell you that we were almost there? Or that we'd be done saving up by next month?
No, you didn't tell me per se. Although you would have all of that information since you're the one who always does all of the budgeting for the house. But are you saying that I got it wrong?
I think that you might have the numbers wrong there, Tom.
Hold on. Are you joking? Because I was only joking. I thought that we were really close, Nari. I mean, I thought that I was doing my own math correctly, and that put us so close to our goal. Are you actually trying to tell me that we aren't actually close to being where we should be for the renovations that we wanted to make?
Of course it's a joke. Did you really think that I wasn't joking? You actually thought that I was being serious? No way.
Oh, thank goodness. I was about to feel really bad for multiple reasons before you said that. Man, I was about to ask you where all of our money had gone. I was just starting to freak out a little in my head, I'll admit. You really got me there. Nice one, Nari.
Yeah, no. Don't you worry about a thing. Our savings are just fine, and we're on track for all that we'll need for the house. So there is nothing to sweat, okay? We're doing just fine.
Right. Just fine. Got it. Well, that really is a relief. I was starting to get so nervous. But it really is high time that we make these changes to our house. I think we've been living here long enough, and that we deserve it. But is there anything in particular that you would want to put in the house by the time it's all over?
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, no. But have you talked with your mom about this? Because I knew that we keep talking about the place as if it's already our house. But the reality is that it's actually your mom's house, and you wouldn't actually own it until she passed away and left it to you in her will.
I know, but she's the one that asked us to move in with her, so I'm sure that she's fine with whatever we do. Besides, I remember Mom saying just how happy she would be if someone took it upon themselves to renovate her house. So I'm sure that even if we were short a little bit in terms of our savings, that it wouldn't be too hard to get her to pitch in just a little bit too. And in the end, that works out great for us, because we're going to get to use the renovations for the longest.
Well, I guess you're not wrong about any of that. But I guess I just feel like it might still be a bit too early on deciding the kind of things that we want done.
Oh, really? Do you really feel that way?
Well, I just think that maybe we should take a look at what our final budget is going to be and decide from there. Don't you think that makes the most sense?
Oh, right. I guess that does make more sense, actually. Sorry for jumping the gun there. I guess I'm just really excited to fix up the house. This is gonna be great.
Well, I'm excited too. But we shouldn't let that get us into a hole that we won't be able to dig ourselves out of. Oh, and by the way, your mom was asking if you wouldn't mind getting her an extra creme brulee for her as well.
Got it. 2 creme brulees coming up then. And I guess we can talk more about what we want to do with the house when we reach our savings goal.
I think that's a good idea, Tom. Thanks again for getting those desserts, though. That really was thoughtful of you. I'm going to hit up your dinner now, so it'll be waiting for you by the time that you get here. Hey there, Tom. I just wanted to say how sorry I am that I didn't have time this morning to pack your lunch. Actually, I've been feeling kind of sick ever since this morning.
Oh, don't worry about that, Nari. If you're feeling bad, then I'm glad you took the time to rest rather than do things for me. Besides, you always pack my lunch, and I really appreciate it.
I know, but that's why I feel bad about not being able to do that for you today. But I promise that I'll pack you one tomorrow, okay?
Okay, well, you say that, but I want you to know that you don't have to push yourself if you're still not feeling great tomorrow. I mean, you know that I don't mind just going to the grocery store and getting something pre-made there, right? Or maybe I could even ask my mom if she wanted to try packing my lunch how she used to when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel if you went and asked your mom to do that for you. I feel like, if anything, it would just end up making me look bad in the end.
I understand what you're saying, Nari, but I just think that you shouldn't put too much pressure on yourself when you're already not feeling great. I mean, you're always doing so much. You must know that, right? I just hope you know that it's okay to ask for help from people from time to time.
I know that it's okay to ask for help, but that doesn't necessarily make it any easier when it actually comes to doing the asking. Besides, I don't want your mom to think that I'm trying to slough off the work I should be doing onto her, you know?
I really don't think that my mom would see things that way at all. Besides, even my mom asks after you from time to time.
Does she really? I find that kind of hard to believe, to be honest.
Hold on a second. Did something happen between you and my mom? Does this have to do with why you're not feeling well?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I don't know, actually. But I guess I just have a feeling is all. But before this, I thought that you and my mom were getting along well.
Yeah, your mom and I get along just well. No problems between us.
But then what did you mean by what you just said about my mom? I guess it just didn't seem like something you would say if you thought you two got along. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing a little too much thinking, but what were you trying to say with that?
I'm sorry, Tom. I really didn't mean to upset you by saying something like that. But it really doesn't have anything to do with you, I promise. I am really sorry if I worried you with that talk, though.
Well, sure. I get that's not about me directly. But it is about my wife and my mom, so I mean, I don't think you can just tell me not to worry about it.
I'm sorry. You're right. I wasn't trying to say that. What I'm really trying to say is that for me, this is a situation where I'm living with my husband and mother-in-law at her house, right? So I guess maybe we just shouldn't be all that surprised when problems arise from time to time, right?
So then you're telling me that something did happen between you and my mom? Why else would you be talking about problems? Nari, are you trying to hide something from me?
No, Tom, I swear to you that I'm not trying to hide anything at all, okay? Please, it really isn't that deep at all, and I'm sorry for even bringing it up. Look, this wasn't something that I really wanted to talk about with you, so can we please just drop this?
Now, wait just a minute. First you say that nothing happened, and now you're telling me that something actually has happened between you and my mom, and you just want me to drop it? Please, why can't you just tell me what happened between the two of you? Because if you don't tell me, I'll just have to go and ask my mom about this.
No, wait, please don't do that. Whatever you do, do not go and ask your mom about this. That would just make things way, way, way worse for everyone.
But now I know that something's happened, and I don't think that I'm going to be able to get this out of my head until I know what it was. If this is about my wife, my mom, well, then it's about me as well.
Tom, please, why won't you listen to me? I understand how you feel, but it's really not something worth worrying about. I should have never said anything to begin with.
But I just don't understand. What could have possibly happened between you two that makes you want to hide it so badly from me?
You know, I would think that if you stopped interrogating me and thought about for a while that you could figure it out. Although, even if you could figure out what it was, you would realize that it's still nothing that you can help us with. This is an issue that is between your mom and I, and that's it, okay?
Well, okay then. So you just really want me to drop this like you never said anything?
That's right, like I never ever said anything. Please, I just really don't think it's a good idea for you to get involved in this. In fact, doing so would only make it worse.
I see. Well then, I guess if that's really how you feel about this, then I'll do as you say. And I guess that means that you don't want me even asking my mom about anything related to this, right?
I think that even if you didn't tell her we had this conversation, she would still trace it back to me. So I think that you should maybe keep quiet about this. Again, just like I never said anything and like you never heard anything. Just be totally normal and things will be okay.
Okay then. I'll be totally normal and pretend like I have no idea that anything is going on between you and my mom. But I hope you know that as your husband, I do want to be there with you when you have issues. Especially if they're with my family.
I know that, Tom, and I'm so thankful for you. If I ever need your help, you'll be the first to know. Hello, Tom. I was wondering if you have a quick moment to chat. After all, if I'm correct, you shouldn't be working today, right? Are you at home right now?
Oh, Opal. What a surprise. I almost never hear from my mother-in-law like this. Yes, it is my day off, and I am at home right now. Although, I was wondering if Nari was at your place right now.
Oh yes, she's here right now. If you must know. She arrived this morning.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that she made it to your house safely. You know, I was actually really worried when I woke up and I couldn't find Nari anywhere. She wasn't even responding my messages. But, if she's with you, then that means she's safe, and that's all that matters for me.
She's safe? Do you really think that she's safe? How can you say that? In fact, you've got some serious nerve even saying something like that.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Where's this coming from? I don't understand. I get the sense that you're mad at me, but I have no idea what I might have done to make you so upset.
No, I really can't believe you, Tom. How can you say you don't even realize what you did to your own wife? I mean, do you know at all the kinds of horrible things that your mom has been doing to Nadi? You all live in the same house, and you're literally turning a blind eye to this horrible abuse.
Wait a second. You're telling me that Nari said that my mom did something to her? You know, I have noticed lately the two of them hadn't been getting along that great, but I thought things weren't that bad.
I didn't think it was possible to be any more disappointed in you, yet here we are. So now you're telling me that you do know that there was something wrong, and you didn't even do anything? Don't you realize the damage that you've done to Nari?
Do you even know what was going on between Nari and my mom? Because the truth is that I just don't know.
Well, then you should have asked. Why aren't you showing any more interest in your wife's well-being? Especially when she's so distressed. I mean, do you have any idea why it is that Nari wasn't at home this morning? It's because she finally hit her limit with the situation. She was fleeing from you and your mom.
She hit her limits. So that means this has been happening for a while. So then, this is all about her not being able to stand my mom anymore?
Of course this is all about your horrible, no-good mother. Tom, she told me that she never ever wanted to see your mom again as long as she lived. And you should have seen her when she arrived here. She looked so weak and frail, I almost didn't even recognize her. That's how horrible the effect of your mother has been on my poor, sweet daughter.
But I don't get it. I did ask Nari about this, and she told me that it wasn't anything worth worrying about and that I should drop the subject. I just thought that it wasn't that serious.
And now you have the audacity to lie about my daughter after all that you've put her through? How dare you?
What do you mean? I'm not lying at all. She really did tell me that. I tried to press her for details, but she just refused to tell me what was going on. But if you could get Nari to open up to you, then I really would like to know what is going on between her and my mom.
I can't believe that you've been this casual about all of this after I've told you about what your wife has been through. Even then, you still won't just say that you're on her side? Well, as her mother, I am going to do the speaking for her. And if you don't end this living with your mother business, then I will tell her to divorce you. Is that what you want?
Well, if that's what you're offering, then I guess I really don't have any choice in the matter, do I? But, okay. If that's what you want, then fine. But I just want to add one condition. I will divorce your daughter if you will pay me $1 million.
Wait, what? You want me to pay you $1 million? You can't be serious about that, right?
I really don't understand why you might have a problem with that. I mean, you did say that you wanted us to split up, right?
So you're really serious about this? You're going to try and squeeze your poor abused wife for her last penny? You have really got some nerve, do you know that?
Sorry. I guess I should have made it more clear. I want the $1 million that my mom lent to Nari. If she can return that to me, then I'll agree to divorce her. But I'm afraid until that happens, I can't allow a divorce.
Hold on just 1 second. You're telling me that your mom lent my daughter $1 million? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
I'm very sure that both you and Nari wished that I was joking. But unfortunately for you both, I'm only telling the truth about all of this. Sounds like you and Nari have a few things to talk about.
Hey there, Tom. I just wanted to say how sorry I am for running out of the house today. But I'll be coming back by the evening. So do you want me to get anything for dinner? You name it and I'll get it.
Wait, what? Is that really the attitude you're going to greet me with?
Hold on a second. Are you mad at me? What did I do?
Of course I am. I mean, do you not think I don't know about your situation?
My situation? You mean with your mom? Right. I meant to tell you that I completely got that wrong. It was all just a big mistake.
What kind of a mistake are you talking about? Are you serious right now?
Well, I went away to my mom's house, right? And she was telling me all about how I was making a mistake and misreading the situation. So anyways, I'm sorry about the miscommunication there.
I'm sorry. Is this some kind of joke? Are you messing with me?
No, of course I'm not messing with you. Nothing like that at all. If anything, I was messing with myself and got way into my head about all of this.
Nari, just stop it. I was able to figure out what you were doing. You were making up lies about my mom to try and get out of the debt you owe here. Are you really going to try and deny that?
Oh, is this about the money that your mom gave to me? Well, you know that I didn't just borrow that much from her, right? It was over time.
Nari, you borrowed $1 million from my mom and you spent it all on plastic surgery. If you're going to do something that expensive, why don't you talk to me about it first?
Well, I thought that if I did that, you might want to divorce me.
No, that isn't the case at all. If anything, you taking it as far as you have is the thing pushing me in that direction.
Oh, come on. It's not like I was robbing your mom or something like that. Besides, the first time I only borrowed $20,000.
Nari, Do you realize that you're just digging yourself a deeper hole with all these excuses? Now, why don't you just tell me the truth about what's going on here before I just walk away?
Okay, the real reason I freaked out so much is because I ended up spending all the money that we saved up for the house.
Hold on a second. You used up all the money that you were saving for the house? Why would you do something like that?
You don't understand. Some girlfriends of mine invited me out to go partying with them, and I had the card connected to our savings account with me, and well...
So you're telling me that on top of all the money you've gotten out of my mom, you also spent all of our savings?
Tom, I don't get why you're so mad. I was just having fun.
You've had fun on money that was supposed to go into our house. Don't you realize that? Do you really not feel guilty for that at all?
Okay, so I accidentally spent a little too much money. Who among us hasn't done something like that before? Is it really that big of a deal?
I don't believe you. How could you do this to me? To us? I don't even know what to say.
Well, we can just save up more money, right? I mean, it's not like we're about to be kicked out on the street or anything like that. Don't you think you're being just a little bit materialistic right now?
Materialistic? Are you kidding me? How can you even ask me that when you spent the money that wasn't yours on something that it wasn't meant for? You've been doing nothing but lying and trying to cover your own ass. Do you not think I don't realize that? Nari, I'm gonna leave you and make you pay back every single penny that you've stolen from my mom and I.
Wait, no. Tom, please don't be like this. You wouldn't do something so cruel to your own wife, would you?
My wife? You must have misread my message. I am leaving you. As in, you and I are going to get a divorce and then I won't have a wife. I want nothing to do with you ever again. Do you understand me? We are getting a divorce.
But, come on, Tom. After all that we've been through together, and you're going to leave me after some money?
I can't believe that you still think you're trying to talk your way out of this. Don't you realize that it's over? Nothing you could possibly say would ever change my mind about this in a million years.
But if you leave me and make me pay back all the money, then I'll be ruined. I'll never be able to pay all of that.
Oh, I know. But I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for my mom and I. Because you are no family of mine. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, wait, please. Can't you just talk to your mom about this for me? Can't you tell her that I'll work really, really hard to pay her back? It doesn't have to be like this.
Nari, you still don't get it, do you? You're going to pay her back. That's what I'm going to force you to do.
But I'll never ever be able to pay off that much money. Please, Tom, you can't do this to me.
After that, I went to the city hall and got the divorce papers, and it didn't take long after that before we were officially over. My mom hired a lawyer to open a lawsuit against Nari. Nari was given the option to pay the lawsuit off all at once, or over a long period with interest. Nari decided to take out a huge loan to pay my mom back and we'll be done with the whole thing. But after that, I'm sure that Nari is never ever going to think about using someone else's money for something of hers ever again. Thankfully, her mom is letting her live with her so she can save on expenses. Still, I don't know if she'll ever be able to pay back all the money she owes my mom and me in her lifetime.
Hey Dan, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that we're all out of cardboard boxes. I thought I had bought enough for the move, but do you think that you could get or order some more?
You know, I actually already put in an order for some boxes to arrive. I thought that would have gotten there by now, but I guess not. Do you want me to call the vendors and see what's going on?
Would that be all right? I would really appreciate it because we only have a few more and we don't have room for everything.
Yeah, I understand completely. It's not a problem. But how many more do you think we need?
I think that we might need at least another 10, judging from the state of things here.
Got it. Well, if you think it's at least 10, then maybe I should go even higher than that? How does ordering about 15 boxes sound to you?
I think if we had 15, then that would be plenty for us. Thanks so much for doing that.
I had thought that he got enough boxes the first time, but I guess that we really just underestimated the amount of stuff that we own, didn't we?
Yeah, who would have guessed that we were this much of pack rats? I mean, we really just had no idea how much stuff we actually had at all.
I know, and here I thought that we were pretty good about not buying too much stuff. I didn't even realize that I actually owned all the clothes that I do until I had to try and get them all to fit in the suitcase.
I know, right? I don't know how it happened, but I guess we just have accumulated a lot of stuff over the years, don't you think? Maybe we just don't know how to throw things away. I mean, I know a few of these boxes are just filled with things that we haven't even touched in I don't know how long. But I think that we do have most of the house packed up at this point, which is a relief at least.
That's amazing news, though. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate you taking care of this, Clara. I promise to give you a hand with whatever you might need when I get back home this evening.
Aw, Dan, don't you worry about that. I mean, you're at work all day and I'm at home. We're about to move, so of course I'm not just going to put all of this off until you come home. Anyways, I'm going to get back to it.
Well, I just want you to know how much I appreciate what you're doing. I can't believe we're really going to be moving away in 5 days. It's just crazy, but I guess we're going to be busy up until the very end.
I know, I can't believe at all that it's less than a week until we're gone. I sure hope we get everything done in time.
Well, when I get home, you just tell me what to do. I'll do my best to see that we get out of here okay. And I guess if things get really bad, then we can call my mom and ask her for help.
Oh no, we couldn't do that. I would hate to drag your mother into this and have her clean up after us. I just couldn't ask her to help us with everything here. I'd feel so bad.
Really? I don't think that it's that big of a deal at all for her, really. I mean, either way, we're probably going to have to ask for help in unpacking since we're all moving in together.
Well, you are probably right about that, but can you believe that you and I are going to be moving in with your mom at her house?
Yeah, I know. It is just a bit crazy, right? But I am grateful that they're giving a place to live. Although, I am a bit worried for you. Are you sure this isn't going to be too much for you?
Don't you worry about me. I knew what I was getting myself into when I said that I wanted to do this. Besides, you're the oldest sibling in your family. I understand why your mom would want you to live with them and why you feel like you have to. I guess I just thought that we would be doing this at a later point in our lives is all.
I know, but I really didn't think you'd go along so easily with all of this. I mean, no offense, but I thought that you just weren't interested in living with my parents at all.
I'm not going to lie, there are quite a few things that I'm pretty nervous about, and I do really hope that your mom and I can get along well while I'm there. But I knew that marrying you meant that I would be spending more time with your parents as well. After all, you are the eldest child, so I knew that you would have to do something like this in the future.
I guess you're right about that. Still, I just want to say that I'm so grateful to be with someone as supportive as you. I'm sure that everything is going to be just fine. You're a lovely person, and there's no reason why my mom wouldn't enjoy sharing her space with you.
You really think so? You really think that your mom is going to like me?
Of course. You were the one who said yes to us living together first, so I'm sure that my mom is grateful for that.
I really hope so. I just want to make sure that your mom and I can get along with each other.
Well, I'm sure that you two are going to be just fine. I bet she's going to love having a daughter-in-law like you.
Has she said anything that makes you think that she'd really like me? Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have asked that, but if you think that she's going to like me, then that really does make me feel good.
I think that she's really looking forward to having us live together. Besides, it's an upgrade for us too. I mean, we finally get to leave our small apartment and move into our big house. It's a huge step up for us.
Well, I will say that you're certainly right about that. Your mom does have a pretty huge house, so I just hope that us moving in doesn't cause too much trouble for them.
I'm sure it's fine. Besides, remember I told you about how they did all the remodeling a few years ago? It's almost like living in a brand new house. Although they did all the remodeling to enjoy their house in their old age, of course. But when my dad suddenly died, my mom suddenly had no one to live with anymore.
Yeah, that can't have been easy on your poor mom, and since she's been living there alone ever since.
That's right, so I really don't think you should worry about causing any trouble. Everything is going to be fine. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting off of work early and I'm going to be heading home now. Do you need me to pick up anything on the way home?
I don't think so, but I hope you get home safe. Don't rush home. Take your time.
Great. Thank you, Claire. I think that I should be getting home in about a couple of hours then.
Wow, that really is so odd for you to be coming home early, though. That almost never happens.
I know. but I have been whittling away at a big project I had, and now I just don't have anything to work on. I guess it's thanks to all the overtime that I was doing beforehand. Now I get to come home early instead.
Well, that really is a good thing if you ask me. In fact, since we have all this time, what do you think about going out somewhere for dinner? Your mom is also going to be out eating with friends, so it'll just be the two of us.
Oh, really? That's kind of weird. I feel like my mom almost never goes out to meet friends.
Well, she said that she had someone in town staying at a hotel and that she was heading that way to have dinner with her. So what do you think about us going out to eat as well? I could really use it, to be honest.
Well, that sounds good to me then. What do you think you'd want to eat?
I could really go for a good noodle. I don't care what kind, but I have just been craving noodles.
Well, there's that Italian place that we've always talked about trying, right? I think that would be really good, actually. Their pizza's supposed to be great as well. That might be what I get.
Great, it's decided then. Let's go to that Italian place.
Sounds good to me. I'll meet you there this evening then?
Yay! I'm actually really looking forward to this. It's going to be great. I've been feeling so run down lately, if I can be honest with you.
Oh, no, really? Has it been something in particular making you feel like that?
Well, if I can be honest, I think that things aren't going great with your mom. I think she actually really doesn't like me at all.
Wait, what? Are you serious? But you two always seem to get along together. It makes you feel like things aren't going well between you two.
Well, she's always so calm and collected when you're in the room, but she only pretends to get along with me because you're there. The truth is that we don't really get along in the slightest. In fact, she's been pretty horrible to me.
Horrible to you? In what way? What has she been doing to make you feel like that?
It's a lot, but it's all because she's been doing this while you haven't been around that I haven't said anything to you. I just didn't want to make anything worse, but I can't hold it in any longer.
But what exactly has my mom been doing to you that's so horrible?
She's just always telling me that I'm not doing enough around the house and that I'm a slacker. And I just can't stand being talked to like that. I mean, she makes me feel like I can't do anything right at all. And then she asked who raised me and that I have no manners or anything. She even said that she has no idea why you would marry someone like me. Do you have any idea how much it hurt to hear that?
Carla, I had no idea about any of this. That's just horrible. You don't deserve to be going through that at all.
I thought that it was just maybe her way of adjusting to having us in the house, but it hasn't stopped. I don't know what else I can do to try and patch things up between us. I mean, I'm trying my best. Can't she see that? Am I doing something wrong? I really can't think of what it could be that she doesn't like me doing.
Carla, I had no idea that my mom was doing or saying any of this to you. But I also think that my mom is just the kind of person that won't soften the way she wants to talk about something.
But there's a difference in being honest and just being plain mean. I'm sure that even now she's talking bad about me to her friend. Probably saying that I'm just a useless woman and a horrible daughter-in-law.
Okay, Carla, come now. You can't just accuse people of having conversations you can't know about.
I know, but what else do middle-aged women talk about when they all get together? It's obvious. Ugh, just thinking about all this is enough to really stress me out. I just feel like I might collapse at any moment. It feels like I'm going into some deep, dark hole that I won't be able to get myself out of.
Carla, I had no idea that you were feeling like this.
It's fine. I wasn't talking to you about it because I didn't want you to worry about me. But it's all true. Every day is just so hard for me.
Well, then do you want me to talk to my mom about the way she's treating you?
No, you can't do that. If your mom thinks that I came to you about this, it would just make things worse. I think that it would just make her be even meaner to me. Besides, even if you did tell her, she would just lie to you and tell you that she wasn't doing anything.
Are you sure about that? You really think that my mom would just deny doing something like that?
You have to believe me. You don't know her like I do, Dan. She is not the woman that you think she is in the slightest.
Carla, please. I think that I know my mom quite well, okay? I mean, she was the woman who raised me after all. I'm not saying that I don't believe you, though. Just that it's hard for me to wrap my head around this.
But that's basically the same as saying that you don't believe me. Don't you get that?
I do believe you, Carla. But I'm going to have to ask my mom about this.
I don't understand. Why do you have to go and talk to your mom about this? Why won't you believe what I tell you?
Carla, please. How can I not talk to my mom after all that you've told me? Either way, we should talk about this more over dinner.
Dan, I can't take it anymore. I just can't stand the way that your mom is treating me. I don't know how I'm supposed to go on living like this. I am just getting more and more stressed, and I feel like I'm going crazy.
Carla, are you okay? Don't tell me that you're still upset over how things are going with my mom.
I just don't get why we're the ones who have to leave. It shouldn't have to be this way.
Well then, just what are you suggesting should happen here?
I'm suggesting that your mom be the one who moves out of here and not us. We shouldn't have to lose a house just because of how your mom is treating me.
But you do know that it's my mom who owns the house, right?
I don't care about that. After all your mom has put me through, we should be the ones to get the house, not her.
I see. Well, if you really feel that way, maybe we should just get a divorce.
Wait, what? How did you get that out of all of this? Why on earth should we get a divorce?
Well, you were saying earlier that if we didn't stop living with my mom, that you would want a divorce, right? So I choose a divorce.
But why? I don't get it. How could you do this to me? How can you choose your mom over me?
Well, like this, by divorcing you.
But don't you feel bad for me after all that your mom put me through?
I am telling you that I'm choosing my mom over you. Shouldn't that be enough?
But I want to know why. Why didn't you believe what I had to tell you? Didn't all the stories of how your mom bullied me mean anything to you?
No, because I don't believe them at all now.
So you think that I've been lying to you this whole time then? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know if you've been lying to me. I have no idea if you're even lying to me right now.
But then, why are you treating me like this? Why aren't you being kinder to me?
Because I've seen the truth with my own eyes.
What are you talking about? What truth is that?
I'm talking about the truth of who you really are. I mean, I know that you were telling your friend about how after you kicked my mom out, we were going to have this house to ourselves.
What are you talking about, Dan? I never said anything like that.
Of course you did. I heard you talk about it over the phone. That's what this whole thing has been about, hasn't it? It's just been for the house.
So you were listening while I was talking on the phone with my friend that day?
We do all live in the same house after all.
But that isn't fair. What about my privacy? Why didn't you plug your ears or something?
Are you kidding me? Why don't you try not having those kinds of conversations at home? But at least it finally explained to me why you were acting so strangely.
What do you mean? What was I doing?
Well, I tried asking my mom about the things you were saying so that I could get to the bottom of what was going on.
I thought I told you that there would be no point in doing that. Whatever your mom said is just a lie.
Except for the fact that my mom is a really bad liar, and I always know when she's doing it. And when she told me she had no idea what you were talking about, she didn't show any of her usual tics at all.
Well, all that means is that she's learned how to be a better liar, but you can't just let her fool you like this.
But you're the only one trying to fool me here. Besides, I already knew about you and your friend, remember? You made this whole thing up to try and turn me against my mom.
It's not true. I swear it. You have to believe me.
Why should I? You've been nothing but dishonest with me this entire time. But I see now that the real reason why you were so eager to move in was because it was all a part of your plan to try and kick my mom out of her home.
That isn't true. I just thought that we'd all be able to get along. It had nothing to do with the fact that your parents just remodeled their huge house.
That basically told me all I needed to know. I can't believe that you would lie to me about this. You even tried to turn me against my own mother.
Please, I'm so sorry about everything. I was stupid. I shouldn't have done this.
I want you to pack your bags and move out. You and I are through, Clara. After that, Clara realized that I wasn't going to change my mind. She packed her bags, and by the end of the week, all her things had been moved out of my mom's house. We signed the divorce papers not long after that, and we're officially separated. She left a note saying that she still loved me, but I couldn't bear to look at it. My mom also felt horribly guilty about all of this. She had no idea what she did to make Carla so upset with her that she would do something like this. I had to do my best to explain to her that it wasn't her fault at all and that it was all just one giant scheme by Carla. I don't quite know where my life will take me now, but at least I know who I can and can't trust.
Hey Cass, is now a good time to text? I just wanted to say how proud of you I am for yesterday and everything, really. I think you did a great job giving birth yesterday.
Oh man. Well, it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that much. And now it hurts just to use the restroom. What a mess.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to go and visit you once I get off of work. And I even asked for a week off of work from when you're supposed to get out of the hospital.
Really? You did that? You know you didn't have to take time off work for me. Besides, didn't you already take time off to leave work early yesterday so that you could be with me? I hope you're not wasting all of your time off.
It's never a waste if it means I get to spend more time with you. Besides, this is our first child together. Did you really think I was going to miss this? Although, it was unfortunate that you've got to spend a week in the hospital to recover.
Yeah, I am really bored now that there's nothing to wait around for here.
Oh, and by the way, I wanted to say that I thought of a few potential names. What do you think of naming a girl something like Emma or Linda or something like that?
Really? That's what you came up with? I feel like I'd be talking to my grandma when I talk to her.
Oh, you're not a big fan of those names? I just thought that they had a nice ring to them.
Well, I've already thought of what we're going to name her. What do you think of Fiona? I think it's just unique enough without being too strange. Better than some grandma name, though.
So instead you want to name her Fiona, like from that one princess movie?
Yeah, that's right. So what do you think?
Well, I do really like the name, I'll say that much. And I'm glad it's not something too crazy. Actually, I think that Fiona's really starting to grow on me.
It's a really good one, don't you think? Well, okay then. I guess I'll call the nurses and tell them we've decided. So maybe when you come and visit me, you can sign off on her birth certificate as well.
Great, I'll do that. And after that, I'll take care of all the other paperwork.
Sounds good to me. Thanks, Toby. By the way, when you come here, would you mind buying some snacks on the way?
Yeah, sure. No problem at all. Anything else you want me to get you?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Great. Sounds good. By the way, I ordered some stuff for the baby online. It should be getting delivered soon.
Oh, that stuff you ordered? Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, but I actually had it sent to my sister's address. I was looking at what you ordered and actually switched it to hers. I guess it was saved from the last time we had that sofa shipped to her. But we can try and get the stuff from her soon.
Okay, got it. Thanks for telling me that. I was going to have it sent to the hospital, but... well, I guess there's really no need in worrying about any of that now. We'll just have to wait a few days to get it all.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But I'm sure it'll arrive soon, and it won't be a problem.
Yeah, I doubt that it will. But I've got to get back to work now, so I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Have a nice rest of your day, Toby.
I will, and I can't wait to see you and little Fiona. I'll try and come over to see you both tonight. Hey, Cass, can you text right now? I was just wondering where you are at the moment. I went to the hospital and they told me that you had checked out today.
Oh, right. Toby, I'm really sorry.
What do you mean? Where are you if you're not back at home? Did you go visit your parents' place or something like that?
No, it isn't anything like that.
Well, then, where are you right now, Cass?
Toby, I'm sorry, but I just can't tell you that.
What do you mean you can't tell me that? Why not?
Toby, I'm sorry, but I want a divorce.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious? You really want to get a divorce? But why?
I'm sorry, I can't be with you anymore. Toby, I need to be on my own.
So then you really actually are serious about this? I just don't know what to say at all.
Of course I'm serious. You know that I would never joke about this.
But I don't get it. Did I do something to make you feel this way? I mean, yesterday it seems like things were going great between us, right?
I know that, but the fact is that this has been a long time coming for me. There are just so many little things that have been building up.
Little things? Well, little things like what? Can't you at least tell me that?
Just a bunch of little things. So many that I can't even say them all here because it would take too long.
And so you're really just not going to tell me at all about what any of these are? Please, you have to at least give me a chance to change.
I don't really think that these are things that you can change, Toby. It's more fundamental than that. Besides, I guess I've gotten used to having my own way of doing things, and it just doesn't mess well with you.
But please, can't you at least tell me something more specific?
Look, Toby, I am trying to convince you or change your feelings about this. It's not you, it's me. And I want a divorce, okay? Please, I just can't do this anymore. You have to let me go.
But this is all so sudden. I don't even know what to think right now.
And I'm very sorry for putting you in this position right now. But I've been holding this in for a long time.
You mean that this is something you thought about even before we had kids?
Yeah. I actually started thinking about it while I was pregnant. Of course I was nervous about raising the child all on my own. But now that I've had her, I think it's going to be okay.
Cass, please. Can't I do anything to make you change your mind about this? I promise that whatever problem you have with me, I'll try and fix it. I don't know how I'm supposed to live with myself if you leave me for reasons I can't understand. I promise that I'll dedicate myself to being there for you both.
Look, Toby, I've already told you what I want to happen. Now you just need to accept that.
Please, no. I can't do this. I don't want to get a divorce.
You have to understand that it's not all your fault. It's not just you problems, it's also me problems. And I just think that you deserve a better person than me.
But I love you. You're the one that I want to be with. And we just had our first daughter together. Why are you doing this now?
I'm sorry, Toby, but I've made up my mind. So I'm going to come over in a few days to get my things. And I'll bring the divorce papers with me. I'll leave the key on the table if you're not home when I'm there. Hey, Toby. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to submit our divorce papers now.
Got it. Thanks so much for letting me know, Cassandra.
Now remember, you're going to be allowed to see Fiona once a month. And until her first birthday, you're going to pay $1,500 in child support. After that, it is going to drop down to $1,000 a month, okay?
Right. Got it. Thanks for explaining that.
And thank you for being the one to pay it. And for listening to me and going along with this.
I still can't believe this is what we're doing right after you've had our baby. I mean, it's not like you're going to be able to go back to work right away, right?
Yeah, that is true. So that's why I'm glad to be able to have your support as I go through all of this.
Yeah, of course. Are you going to be staying with your parents after that?
Yes, that's right. That's what I was thinking of doing.
I see. Well, then when you get there, could you at least tell my parents that I say hi to both of them, and I hope that they're well?
I don't think there really any need for me to do that. After all, I don't think you even met my parents. But I'm just sorry that things had to end between us like this. But I just have one more request. Do you think you could leave me alone until I reach out to you for something?
Right, of course. Well then, at least tell your parents thanks for taking care of you and our daughter.
Yeah, sure thing. I can do that. But I am really sorry for all of this.
It's okay, Cassandra. You don't need to apologize. If anything, I feel like that would just make it all worse for us both.
I know. I'm really, really sorry. I guess I just did it again, didn't I? And that's not what I meant. I meant that I'm grateful for your understanding. I'll reach out to you again next month to figure out when you want to see Fiona. Thanks again for everything. I know this isn't how you wanted to raise your child, but I appreciate your cooperation.
Of course. And you two take care of yourselves. Or, I guess you take care of yourself and Fiona. And just know that if you ever need anything, and I do mean anything at all, that you can always reach out and ask for help. Okay?
Hey there, Toby. Did something happen recently?
Something happen? Not really sure what you mean by that, Cass.
Well, I just mean that today is a day that you're supposed to send the child support. Did you forget to send me the money?
No, I didn't forget about anything, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, then why haven't you sent me any money for child support then?
Well, it's because I'm done paying you.
What do you mean by that? You can't be serious about that, right? You know you have to pay it.
I'm not so sure about that, actually.
What do you mean? I'm not understanding what you're trying to tell me, Toby. But you can't just cut me off like that without saying anything.
Well, I just don't feel like paying you anything anymore. So that's that.
Toby, what on earth are you talking about? You think that I'm going to let you get away with this?
Well, there's nothing to get away with. I don't want to pay, and so I won't. That's that.
What in the world do you mean you don't want to pay? What do you think is going to happen to Fiona if you don't pay, huh? You do realize that we need this child support, right? I need this child support to take care of Fiona.
Well, that doesn't really sound like my problem. So, yeah.
Toby, why are you talking to me like this? You're being so horrible to me. Do you realize that? I mean, just pay the child support. Don't you love our daughter?
Man, you're getting really desperate now, aren't you? You really think I care at all for that little brat?
Brat? What do you mean? How can you say that about your own daughter? I didn't know you were this kind of person, but if you're really not going to pay, then don't think that I'm going to get my mouth shut.
And just what are you not going to keep your mouth shut about? What do you think you can do about this?
Well, I will hire a lawyer and take you to family court, and then the judge is going to force you to pay child support.
No, I really don't think that's going to work out how you think. And if I don't feel like paying, then I don't have to pay. So there's nothing you can do about it.
What do you mean there's nothing I can do about it? You really think you can just get out of paying for child support like this? You can't just say you don't feel like paying and get away with this.
Are you sure? Because I still don't feel like paying, and I'm still not going to be paying you, so...
But I don't understand. Why are you acting like this? Where is all of this coming from?
Well, the main reason I'm not going to pay you anything is because that kid isn't mine.
What do you mean by that? You don't really mean that, do you?
No, I was actually going to reach out to you today and tell you that I have all the evidence I need. But I know that you cheated on me, and Fiona is the baby you had with that man.
Toby, you don't really think that I cheated on you, do you? Where is all of this coming from? I don't get it.
Please, you don't need to play dumb about this at all, you know. I mean, I know that you're not even at your parents'. You're at this other man's house right now, aren't you? That's where you've been since you left the hospital. I doubt that your mom even knows where you are, huh?
Well, okay, you're right. I'm not at home with my parents. But it's only because I didn't want them to be doing everything for me. So I was using the child support money you were sending to rent an apartment for Fiona and I.
I already know what's going on. After you left me, I went to go and talk with your sister. I just needed someone to talk to about it. But you should have seen how mad she got when I told her you left me. But I couldn't understand why she was so upset just for that.
Well, I don't know how much my sister would have known about anything that's going on, so...
Oh, I don't think she was getting anything wrong. I told her what you told me, and she said that she didn't think I needed to be there for the baby. But you were also lying to me about how hard the pregnancy was, about not going home, about so many things.
You're right. I'm sorry. I just needed a reason to divorce you, and I couldn't think of one. So I really am sorry for having to lie to you.
And you didn't go back to your parents' house because you wanted to go and live with your baby daddy. So can you please just admit that Fiona isn't mine? Why are we keeping this charade up?
But it's really not a lie. I swear to you that Fiona really is yours. You have to believe me. You really think that I would lie about something as important as that? Of course I wouldn't.
I was actually just talking to your sister early this week as well. She told me all about how you've been avoiding the family. But she wanted me to tell you that if you don't reach out to them, that they're going to cut you off and never talk to you again.
But what do they even want to do with me? I don't get what they want from me.
Well, now what they want from you is a DNA test on that baby.
I don't understand. Why would they want me to do that?
Well, because your sister told them my story, and now they have their doubts about who the father of their grandchild even is.
But they know how it is. They know that you're the father.
So you're telling me they always thought I was Fiona's father?
I just thought that you might think of her as your daughter.
Well, I don't. Not after all that I've learned. Although, if I can be honest, I knew about a month before you had her that Fiona wasn't mine.
No. Please, you have to know that I always thought that she was your daughter. I swear it.
You told me that you switched the address of the baby things that I got to go to your sister's house, right? Well, I know that was also a lie. I checked online to see if the packages had been delivered, and it wasn't your sister's house at all. So I can only assume it's where you've been living with this other man of yours, right?
Toby, You can't believe that, right?
Cassandra, I even went to go and check on the house that you had all the baby stuff sent to. I looked into the guy who lived there, and I found out that he had a newborn daughter with the same name as ours. So tell me, are you going to tell me the name of your other man?
Please, can't we just stop this here?
I think his name is actually Frank, isn't it? So I wonder if that's where the name you came up with came from. I guess I really am an idiot for thinking that I could ever trust you. You were cheating on me this whole time and even planned to divorce me while you were doing it.
Please, you don't get it. I just thought that it would be better if I raised the baby with Frank.
And just why is that? So I could pay your child support?
No, it isn't that. It's that he's going to start law school and be a lawyer, but I thought he could save some money that way.
Well then, you better go tell him to take a DNA test for the baby or else I'm going to sue you both.
But then that would mean I wouldn't get money from you anymore, right? Please, can't we just split custody or something?
There's no custody to split at all since the kid isn't even mine to begin with. But I am going to make you pay for all the lying you've done.
Why are you doing this to me? I don't understand. You have to know that I never wanted to hurt you.
I can't believe that you're still trying to make excuses for yourself right now.
But I mean, we're already divorced. What's the point of trying to punish me for what I did now?
You do know that infidelity has a statute of limitations, don't you? That's why I'm going to make you pay. I think somewhere in the range of $30,000 sounds fair, don't you?
You want to charge me how much money? There's no way that I'd be able to afford paying you all of that.
Oh, I'm sure that you will be very worried about the money now that you're a new mother, but that isn't my problem. Why don't you ask your future lawyer boyfriend to think of a way to get out of this? Huh? I'm sure it would be some kind of practice for him before he goes to school to learn, don't you think?
Wait, no, Toby, please. I don't have that kind of money at all. I'll never be able to pay all of that back.
I'm sure you could think of some way to split it up. Let's say that it's $20,000 for the marriage and another $10,000 for the affair. Maybe Frank can help you with the other one. Of course, I intend on suing him too.
But how am I supposed to get that money in the first place? I just don't have it, and I won't be able to pay you.
But you are more than fine asking me to pay you money for a child I thought was mine until they turned 18.
No, that's different. You don't understand. It's different.
It doesn't really seem that different from where I'm standing. I can tell you that much.
I'm so sorry for lying to you, Toby. I never meant for things to go like this.
I don't want to hear it. I really just don't want to hear what you have to say to me at all.
But I really don't have that kind of money to pay you. If I do, then I don't know how I'm supposed to live. And I don't get why you're going to punish a blameless baby for this. Don't you have a heart?
Don't you make this about Fiona. This is much bigger than her. Besides, I'm not pushing her. You are. These are the consequences of your actions, and you're going to have to live with them. If you didn't want this, then you shouldn't have cheated on me, lied about, and maybe made me think I was her father in the first place. Because I was ready to lay my life down for that baby when you had it. I thought that it was the product of our years of love and devotion, and you've ruined all of it.
Please, Toby, can't you just not sue me? That's all I want. I just can't afford to lose any money right now.
And I'm telling you that's not my problem. If you want help, go ask your family about it. After that, I hired a lawyer and had my suit against Cassandra and Frank filed. The judge did end up ordering a DNA test on Fiona, and, to no one's surprise, it was Frank's, and not mine. That more or less sealed the deal, and the judge forced them both to pay me a compensation for what I had been through. Of course, with a sum that big, even asking her parents wasn't enough to get Cassandra what she needed. I took the money and used part of it to set up a college fund for Fiona. It could never be touched by either of her parents, and Fiona wouldn't know about it until she turned 18. The only rule I made was that the money must be spent on things for school. Although I was upset, I did agree with Cassandra that Fiona didn't deserve to pay for her mother's mistakes. She may not be my daughter, but I thought of the fund as a way of taking her parents' money and making sure that it went back to her in the end. I took the rest of the money and used it to move away. I haven't heard from Cassandra, Frank, her sister, or anyone since then. It's been hard feeling like I was starting my life over from scratch, but things are getting better day by day. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.